Hi, welcome to another Ultra League video of the Go Battle League. I wasn't planning on making another Ultra League video, but I found a team that I really liked. After the Toxic team, I tried out random stuff and I got destroyed. Ultra League was very punishing. I dropped about 180 points and now I gained all of it back. And a little bit more with this team that I'm going to show you right now. Shadow, Drapion, Trevenant, Talonflame. All three are XL. Trevenant doesn't have to be really. It is kind of ABA weak to Swampert, but Drapion puts up a very good fight, especially if you call the Hydro Cannons, right? So the main thing this team was going to do was to counter the first legend, Vitor Leo, his team, right? Which is Alolan, Ninetales, G-Fisk, and Trevenant. And Drapion does well against them. Trevenant does well against them. Talonflame does well against them. Because I figured that many people will probably try to use something like that. I actually haven't seen that team as much, but the team worked well regardless. My least favorite lead probably was Alolan Muk, because Giratina in the back is a pain with this line. Let's take a look at my battles here. So I started off at 2612. I think I ended up at 2780 in the end. I'm going to showcase only the first two sets because that's the only ones I recorded though. That's what I usually do. So yeah, there's that Alolan Muk that I hate so much, and he starts as spraying. I swap out immediately. I build up some energy on my Drapion, so that's nice. I'll have that for a potential ghost. And I'll correctly shield the Dark Pulse. It would hurt a lot. Most people no-shield this, but that's okay. I will still buff myself up a lot. Might even consider double shielding my Talonflame at this point. That's going to be double buffed. And clearly they don't have a hard answer to this, right? Maybe they have a Trevenant in the back? Let's take a look. Is this another Dark Pulse? I will shoot that, and it is a Dark Pulse. In the back is a Walrein. I guess at this point I'll just give up my Talonflame here. I'll go for the Brave Bird. This will KO likely because I'm double buffed, and unfortunately I am locked in, so I cannot swap out. But I'm very close to two crunches there, so that's nice. I can get those off. It might barely not take out the normal Walrein though. If only I got that debuff here. And now I'll go for Sludge. It's a little bit more than Crunch, so it might take it out. But of course not. Roaring has to be a pain in the ass here. So, gotta have to take the Icicle Spear. I can't really hit that Alolan Muk. That thing is actually a big problem now, but they bring it in. Thank you, sir. And I'm expecting something weak to Talonflame in the back. And it is... What is it? Tell me! Show yourself. It is a Trevenant, and we will CMP on this crunch, so I will take this Seed Bomb on my own Trevenant. I didn't get my Shadow Claw through in the swap, so I do not outpace into the Shadow Ball. I am going to overfarm, hoping they will try to catch on their Walrein, but they don't, so there's that. And I still have to be careful of their catch. I wait for that Shadow Claw to come through. Hopefully that doesn't cost me, because if they can Power Snow me down, that would kind of suck. They actually can. It's a tie. It's a really good game. Let's take a look at the next battle here. Shadow Drape into Ascaf. I have two answers for this, but it's also very likely they have hard answers to my hard answers. Walrein is so-so against Trevenant, especially Shadow. I might be able to win the two shields here. And I'm not that much of an alignment player, but getting Talonflame on Ascaf... Yeah, boy, oof, I want that. And I think I can actually pull a shield here and probably farm down this Walrein. That would be very nice for me. I will come out with a lot of energy as well here. This is actually why myself, I'll prefer normal Walrein in both Great and Ultra League, because it has a better Trevenant matchup in the two shields. So yeah, I do win that matchup. Now I can get to a Shadow Ball on this Ascaf, which will do a ton on this. A massive amount. Boom! Oh, it gets shielded. That's unfortunate. But I will get to another one. This is fine. This is fine. Apparently they don't have another Trevenant answer, so I guess there's that. The Shadow Ball will do a ton of damage, which is somewhat unfortunate because I only get one Incinerate in now. Let's see what they have in the back. They will not show me. Good game. Maybe it's their own Trevenants or something? I don't know. Next battle. Drapion into Alolan Ninetales. This is a good matchup for me. Let's see what they do. They stay in, which insinuates that they might be very weak to this in the back. Maybe a Giratina, maybe, what else could it be? Their own Trevenant. I'll throw the Sludge here. I'm thinking that it might be the G-Fisk and Trevenant in the back here. And I do survive this Weather Ball, so I'm not even going to shield. Yo, if they want to try and catch, it's fine. They'll give up alignment. If they want to double shield, also fine with me. Here we go. Sludge Bomb incoming. Not sure if this will take it out, actually, because the False Moves don't do that much. They double shield regardless, and I'll take alignment here. That's fine with me. And they swap in their Giratina. I'm not too comfortable with this, honestly. It could be something like a Swampert, so I kind of want to overfarm a lot here. I think they Dragon Claw here, so I will no-shield. Even Shadow Sneak wouldn't do that much. It's super effective, but whatever. Not sure if Shadow Ball kills this either. Everything is so bulky in this league. But it does take it out, so that's nice. I don't even have to shield just yet. Hopefully there's no Gigalites in the back, otherwise I might regret all this no-shielding. In comes that Alolan Knight, so again I will get to this Shadow Ball here. This barely shouldn't take it out in the Ultra League, but I might be able to claw it down. Here we go. I don't claw it down. That's okay, I'll get another Incinerate through. They do get that charge move off. I guess I won't lose with 2 shields if that's the case, but they need something very good against my Talonflame to win this, like a Tapu Fini. But it's not. It's a G-Fisk. It is the line. It almost is the line that I was hunting. It was Giratina instead of what's it called? The Trevenant, right? So I just get to 2 flame charges here with that energy advantage, and we should be very good here. A double super effective Rock Slide will really hurt, so I definitely gotta shield that. But in Ultra League you survive, so that's nice. In Great League you don't take it as well. So yeah. That really shows the power of Shadow Drapion there. It's one of my favorite Pokemon in Ultra League, to be honest. This is, again, the league that I hate. These are the battles I usually don't win because of their backline. And I kind of never want to stay in here as well. And if I swap out, it makes my Trevenant kind of vulnerable. So, yes, I want to swap out, bait out the Ghost, but also I can't. And they go for Acid Spray again. And once they do that, I will swap out to bait out this thing. So I guess I have that going for me. I mean, I don't really need to bait it out because Trevenant is still neutral against it. It does get out bulk though. So yeah, I'll Flame Charge first here. An Ancient Power might take me out. That I don't care, honestly. I just want this out of the way. But they Dragon Claw me, so that's very fine. Now I will Brave Bird this. This will take out the Giratina. And if not, it will be very low HP to the point I can shield maybe and get Switch if I want to. Do I get to another Brave Bird here? I do get to another Brave Bird. This is huge because I think this takes out the Giratina at this point. BAM! Detch! In comes their Muck again. I have to come in with Drapion again. I kind of have to. Even though I think it's their Trevenant in the back. But Trevenant doesn't have much play against an Alolan Muck. So gotta be careful of that. I don't get the defense drop, unfortunately. Do I shield here expecting a Dark Pulse? Perhaps. But no. They Acid Spray again. Baiters will be baiters. I'm overfarming just a little bit here. Because if there is a Trevenant in the back and it comes to that, I need to be able to get there and not CMP on the move. We do CMP with this Alolan Muck though, actually wins CMP. That shows how bulky Muck is. I'll keep 2 shields for the Trevenant, and in the back is a Scrafty, which is probably the one thing I did not want to see there at all. This is winnable, but I have to call like a foul play or something. And that's not really easy. If I don't shield the foul play correctly, they can probably pop all the way through my Trevenant. I will call this. Let's see what it is. It is the foul play. That's pretty bad. It takes me very low. And I think at this point, even though I'm going to try to play it out, it's probably over anyway because the Alolan Muck is still too healthy. The better play was probably to just double shield and get the timers up so much that I can maybe even catch in the end. I think that was the correct play here. And yeah, I guess I'll know for next time. I haven't played Trevenant in a while, so I don't know the bulk as well in Ultra League. Ultra League is just not the format that's played that often, right? Just like with Master League. You just kind of forget about this matchup sometimes. But yeah, Trevenant's definitely better against this in Great League, because then 2 Seed Bombs and the Shadow Claws will really add up, and now I need so many moves that, well, it's too late. I don't get to a crunch here, and that's game over. GG's to my opponent. Falling to another Alolan Muck lead. Vanny, one of the best Spanish players around, is leading Shadow Walrein. He's really good in Great Leagues. Let's see how good he is in Ultra League. Shadow Walrein is always a 50-50. You have to call Earthquake. You have to call Icicle Spear. I like no shielding, but it doesn't always work. So I get the defense drop, which is nice. And Vanny does something here that makes me actually want to shield here. He waits to see if I catch his move or not. I still call it. Okay, I don't know. I thought that was this game. I guess it was not a game. Anyway, they swap in Machamp. Machamp usually swap usually runs payback, but it's a Rock Slide. I can take that actually pretty comfortably. And I'll throw the Seed Bump right before their next Rock Slide. And you'll see how little I know about this league. I mean, I'm not clueless, but this doesn't take it out. It barely does take it out. I guess that's where a non-excel might be a little bit better. But yeah, I have so much energy here. That's nice. I can get to this Seed Bomb on the Walrein, which will do a lot of damage. Actually takes them out if they let that go. And I will get to another one if Vanny doesn't throw. And he does throw, but on the CMP. So this is very good for me now. Boom! And he lets it go. Let's see what's in the back. It is Deoxys. Wow. Vanny, I didn't expect you to have these big excels, my friend. I might get to another crunch, and that wins me the game, because now all I have to do is land a Brave Bird. So yeah, there we go. Rock Slide, I think he will get to 2, so I'll no-shield the first one. Like, doesn't really matter at this point. It's double super effective, does a lot. This is actually not that great of a match for Talonflame, but since Drapion put in so much work already, we should be very fine here. Interesting save swap. I guess he tried to bait out the Giratina. Alright, the Danny's also a very good player from, I believe, Italy. Also leading the Shadow Walrein. Maybe it was this game where I actually shielded the Earthquake correctly because I saw them waiting. Or there was a game I didn't record. I don't know. Either way, those are small things you can really pay attention to, right? Let's see if the Danny's is going to Earthquake me. I usually like no shooting here. And I like Shadow Walrein more because 2 crunches actually take it out. Normal actually takes them, which I hate. The Icicle Spear as well, which is fine for me. I'll throw another crunch to Wind Switch or get that shield. Not sure if I want to... do I want to go to use another shield here? I did get my move through and I win CMP. So I'm actually going to try to get switch here, but they catch on their Tapu Fini, which is so smart, very smart play. But I have a good answer here. I have the Trevenant, and this might be their Trevenant bait out, to be honest. So I'm pretty wary of. I want to like keep my Trevenant. This kills from here in Great League, not in Ultra League. Maybe I should have thrown Shadow Ball, but that also may barely have not done it. This is kind of a misplay in hindsight, somewhat, because if I knew it was not going to take it out, I probably would have farmed up way more energy here, because now this Walrein will land his Icicle Spear here and get some more Power Snows in. I'm not sure if I will get to another move here. They do shield that, and their shields are down now, which is really nice. Icicle Spear coming in, and in comes Nidoqueen. Oh man, imagine I farmed up a little bit more. I could get to a Shadow Ball here. Shields are down though, so Talonflame can just Brave Bird this thing. And we're also equally as far from our next charge move. I do win CMP against the Nidoqueen, so that's nice. But I'll have to throw immediately because a Poison Fang will really add up. I can now also get some Incinerates on that Walrein. I think Flame Charge wouldn't have killed here. I wouldn't have killed here yet, so I didn't want to take the risk. Can he farm me down? I think he can, but if the new mechanic comes in, right, the one where you should feint with your charge move, but you don't, he might lose that. So very good play by him. And here, I tried to farm down with the Drapion, but I barely don't, and then he lags one turn, and I claw him down, which is unfortunate. If it makes anyone feel better, I had hard lag in the next set after this, which lost me like 3 games, honestly. That is life sometimes, unfortunately. My next opponent stays in with Tapu against Drapion. I'm going to bait the crunch, thinking they're weak to it, so they will shield it. How embarrassing of me, because they do not shield at all. They just want to get rid of their Tapu, I guess. And they might be weak to Drapion in the back, so maybe another Giratina or something, right? Something that covers the Nidoqueen well. Going for Sludge here, I guess at this point they might think I have Aqua Tail. So I'll Sludge it, it does take them out, and in the back is a Walrein. I do want that alignment, but because I waited half a turn to see what comes in, I now cannot get to this crunch, which is devastating, because that would have been such a huge move here. Actually gonna bring in Trevenant, because I think they're weak to Talonflame in the back. I think whatever's in the back. Or they might have their own Talonflame. This is actually a CMP, which is really good for me, because Talonflame with a shoot up is very good. One of the few things that beats it while being a shoot up is Tapu Fini, but they don't have that anymore. And who runs Tapu Fini lead with Swampert in the back? So I feel very confident at this point. Even a Giratina, I might be able to win. My opponent lets me sneak a full Incinerate here. Please do, I don't mind. And I could CMP them on the next one, but I don't find it worth the risk. If one more Incinerate is needed to take them out, they will not get to a charge move here anyway. Bye! I'm boosted now, and in the back is a Armored Mewtwo. You don't see this a lot anymore. I'm very tempted to go Brave Bird here, but I'm afraid the confusion will do too much and will take me out, especially if you would shield that. They call the first Flame Charge, which is a very good play, but I should still be fine here. My next Flame Charge is one Incinerate, so if they throw that charge move, I'll get an Incinerate through, and we would CMP on the next one. So their only play really was to try and confuse me down, but it didn't work. Good game. Alright, the next battle is against another play here. Vinbin, Drapion into Registeel. I'm just gonna swap in my Talonflame here. Not a lot of people run Registeel lead with Tapu in the back. If so, it's the other way around for some reason. And I'll throw the Flame Charge immediately because I CMP on the Zap Cannon here. Right, they no-shoot my first Flame Charge. Smart play. I kind of hate it. It does bring them almost into crunch range, so I guess I have that going for me, which is nice. But I'll have to shield the Zap Cannon, which will reset my attack level. And they bring an Obstagoon, which is not a counter. They throw at 6 counters, that's fine. It is an Obstruct. Do not run Obstruct. It's a really bad move. You can power through some things, but I think those are usually matchups that Obstagoon wins anyway. And not a lot of people shield an Obstruct because Obstagoon doesn't really have bait moves, right? Unless you run like Night Slash Hyper Beam. But most people run Cross Chop with it, which is the correct moveset. So my attack is buffed, but my defense is dropped. So this Night Slash will add up a little bit. I'm gonna swap into my Drapion here because my Talonflame still might be useful against their Registeel. I can farm up some damage here or some energy. They Obstruct again to lower my defense, whatever, dude. And now I'm gonna count. I can do about 6 or I can do exactly 7 Poison Stings here to get to 2 crunches and have another one loaded, I believe. Well, actually, I wouldn't have one loaded. They also get there earlier than I expected, so I will shoot this, and it is a Flash Cannon, which is cheaper than Focus Blast. We got a Bamboozler here. It is not a Focus Blast Registeel, it's a Flash Cannon. Unbelievable. Cool moveset, I guess. Makes sense if you're this weak to a Nidoqueen. Buzzwole does not have a lot of play against Trevenant nor Talonflame, so I'm in a decent spot here. They shoot my first move, and at this point, I swap out because Shadow Ball is gonna, like, with the claws, will take out this Buzzwole. There's not really a point anymore into throwing Sludge Bomb into it. They swap into their Obstagoon. Kind of scary. I need to, like, not allow the Buzzwole to get energy on my Trevenant if they allow me to take them out. And if they let me farm them down with Talonflame, I'm very good here on the other hand. So let's see what they do. This is definitely an undercharge. And I don't want to give them farm, so I'm gonna farm up to 2 Seed Bombs. My opponent knows they want farm, right? They need farm. They're very smart. But now the Buzz will get only 1 counter in. I will get a Seed Bomb that might even take this thing into Sludge Bomb range with an Incinerate damage. We should be very good here. I'm also very close to another Flame Charge. So that's game. Well played and very weird team, sir, because Registeel lead Obstagoon in the back is kind of scary against like a Scrafty lead, Machamp lead, any fighter basically. Juanilo, one of the best players I always face. Giratina lead. Let's see what they say swap. Usually steel types in the back. And they say swap Aska, which is delicious. And the top left. It's actually not one that I wanted to include, but it's one of the 10 recordings that I have. You always bring Talon into Aska. It's the dream matchup. This is also a nice matchup, but they swap their Nidoqueen in my Drapion. I do not have a hard Nidoqueen answer on my line, which is a little bit of a problem, but also Shadow Drapion puts in so much work here, so that's nice. Do I want to shield this move? I'm kind of strong against Alolan Ninetales in the back, so I decide to no shield there. And my opponent is just gonna go with the Donkey Fang move here, straight Poison Fang. Whatever, dude. I'm just gonna go for 2 crunches here. My next one will probably take them out. And they decide to shield that. I'll have another one for you, good sir. And if I have shields down for my Talonflame, there's nothing except Gagalight with Smackdown or Rampardos. Nah, even Rampardos dies to Brave Bird. Nothing else can beat me. Only rock types. Only rock types. I'm gonna cry if they have like an Omastar. But who runs that nowadays? I should be able to get to that C-bomb here. Ah, man. It's really going to be a Talonflame show now, though. And I was waiting half a second just to see if they swap or not. I want to take out this Nidoqueen really bad. And there we go. See what they come in with. It is their Giratina, which is somewhat uncomfortable, honestly. But again, I win this matchup. Because I have shields up. I have shields to use. And at this point, I'm gonna throw on alignment. I'm gonna throw immediately. They will get the claw through, but otherwise I can't time my move at all if they do time it now. Right? If they do 2 more claws, I'm supposed to always do 1 incinerate and then throw. But if I do that, I go around energy. So I just throw immediately there. Now I have to be careful of them trying to catch, which they do try. I was seeing if their 3rd Shadow Claw came through. It did not. They swapped. And I anticipate that. So all I have to do now is throw this Flame Charge, farm this Alolan Ninetales down, and Brave Bird that Giratina, and that should be game over. Talonflame, too good, dude, too good. Bye! There goes Giratina. So, yeah, I gained, I think, almost 200 elo with this line today. It was great. I heckin' love it. Talonflame is so good right now in this meta. I hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the next one.